In a world where an iPhone costs around $1,000, did you know there are countries where you can get married for less than $35? We're about to explore 8 nations where economic pressures and cultural traditions have created a startling reality for women seeking marriage. Number 1. Egypt. Egypt's marriage market tells a tale of two worlds colliding. In a country where over 30% of the population lives below the poverty line, how has the average dowry climbed to $2,000? And what does this mean for the women caught between tradition and the promise of a better life? Welcome to Egypt, a land where ancient pyramids stand alongside modern aspirations. Here, the institution of marriage is undergoing a transformation shaped by economic pressures and changing social dynamics. In rural areas where poverty is most acute, families often view marrying off their daughters as a financial strategy. The hope is that these unions will provide relief from economic hardship and offer a path to a better life. However, this traditional approach comes with its own set of challenges. Many Egyptian women feel trapped in a patriarchal society, longing for greater independence and equal treatment. This desire for autonomy has led to an interesting trend: an increasing number of Egyptian women seeking marriage with Western men. These international unions are seen as a potential escape route from restrictive societal norms. Women hope to find partners who will treat them as equals and provide opportunities for personal growth. However, the reality isn't always as rosy as the dream. Some of these marriages, particularly those with men from Gulf countries, can be temporary arrangements, leaving women in vulnerable positions when their husbands return home. The complexities of Egypt's marriage market reflect broader issues of women's rights and economic inequality. While the average dowry of $2,000 may seem like a substantial sum, it often fails to provide long-term stability or emotional fulfillment for the women involved. Number 2. Latvia. From the banks of the Nile to the shores of the Baltic Sea, we find another country grappling with unique marital dynamics. Latvia boasts a highly educated female population and a surprising gender imbalance. But why are so many of these accomplished women looking beyond their borders for love? Welcome to Latvia, a land where women significantly outnumber men. With 117 women for every 100 men, this small Baltic nation faces an unusual challenge in matters of the heart. This imbalance creates a competitive environment for local women seeking partners, reshaping the country's social and romantic landscape. Economic factors play a crucial role in this scenario. The average monthly salary in Latvia hovers around $1,400, a figure that often falls short of providing the desired lifestyle. This economic reality, combined with the scarcity of potential local partners, has led many Latvian women to cast their romantic nets wider, seeking relationships with foreign men. Latvian women are particularly attractive to international suitors. Known for their beauty, high level of education, and multilingual abilities, they stand out in the global marriage market. The country's impressive literacy rate of nearly 100% contributes to the appeal of Latvian brides, who often speak several languages fluently. Number 3. South Korea. From Baltic shores to Asian metropolises, the quest for love knows no bounds. But in South Korea, a country synonymous with innovation, a surprising trend is emerging. What's driving Korean women to look beyond their borders for marriage? And how much are they willing to invest in finding the right partner? South Korea's birth rate has plummeted to an astonishing 0.78 children per woman, far below the global average of 2.4. This demographic shift reflects deeper societal issues, particularly the changing aspirations of Korean women. In a culture known for its cutting-edge technology, many women are seeking relationships that offer more than traditional roles. The rise of online platforms has opened new avenues for Korean women to connect with foreign men. These digital matchmakers promise relationships built on respect and equality, a stark contrast to the rigid gender expectations many women face at home. However, this search for love comes at a price. Women can expect to pay around $1,500 just to register on these platforms, while men might spend over $6,000 for a trip to Korea. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great, thank you so much. Now back to the video. Number 4. Vietnam. From South Korea's high-tech matchmaking to a more traditional approach in Southeast Asia. Welcome to Vietnam, where the pursuit of love comes with a price tag. But who's really paying, and what's the true cost of these cross-cultural unions? In 2019, nearly 1,800 Vietnamese women entered the US on fiancé visas, highlighting Vietnam's growing popularity as a destination for Western men seeking brides. This trend is driven by complex economic and social factors that shape the lives of Vietnamese women. The cost of finding love across borders is significant. Dating services for Vietnamese women can range from $800 to $2,000, covering expenses like travel, accommodation, and dining. These figures may seem modest by Western standards, but they represent a substantial investment in a country where economic opportunities for women are often limited. Vietnamese women are highly valued in the international marriage market for their dual role as providers and caregivers. They're known for balancing financial support for their families with creating nurturing home environments. This combination of traits is particularly attractive to Western men seeking traditional family values alongside a partner who contributes economically. Number 5. Malaysia. From Vietnam's educated brides, we move to a country where tradition meets modernity in unexpected ways. Malaysia's multicultural landscape has created a marriage market unlike any other. How do women navigate between personal freedom and cultural expectations when seeking a life partner? Welcome to Malaysia, a nation of over 32 million people, where Malays, Chinese, and Indians coexist, each contributing to a unique matrimonial tapestry. This diversity isn't just about different faces and languages. It's reflected in the way love and marriage are approached across the country. In Malaysia, some women, particularly from rural areas, see marrying a foreign husband as a path to greater personal freedom and equality. Traditional gender roles can be restrictive, limiting opportunities for women who aspire to more than conventional expectations. This desire for a different kind of partnership has led to the rise of matchmaking services, connecting Malaysian women with men from abroad. But love, even when crossing borders, comes at a price. Matchmaking services in Malaysia typically cost around $500, but that's just the beginning. When you factor in travel, accommodations, and other expenses, the total cost of meeting a potential bride can exceed $2,000. It's a significant investment, especially in a country where economic opportunities for women can be limited. Number 6. China. While Malaysian women navigate tradition and modernity, China faces a marriage crisis of epic proportions. In a country where men outnumber women by 34 million, the search for a wife has become a fierce economic battle. This demographic imbalance, a result of China's former one-child policy and cultural preference for sons, has dramatically reshaped the nation's marriage market. In China, the concept of bride price has taken on new significance. Families of potential brides can demand anywhere from $2,000 to $50,000, depending on factors like location and the woman's perceived desirability. This practice, deeply rooted in Chinese culture, has been amplified by the scarcity of eligible women, turning marriage into a high-stakes financial transaction. The term "shanggu," referring to unmarried women over 27, highlights the intense societal pressure on Chinese women to marry young. Yet paradoxically, an increasing number of Chinese women are looking beyond their borders for potential partners. In 2021 alone, 549 women in Shanghai married foreign men, signaling a growing trend. Number 7. Bulgaria. From China's marriage crisis, we journey to a corner of Europe where tradition clashes with human rights. In Bulgaria, a centuries-old custom has sparked global debate. How much would you pay for a bride? In some Bulgarian communities, that question isn't hypothetical. It's a harsh reality that has caught the world's attention. Welcome to the city of Stara Zagora, home to Bulgaria's controversial Gypsy Bride Market. This unique event features lively music and dancing, but beneath the festive atmosphere lies a startling tradition. Young women, often teenagers, dress in their finest clothes and adorn themselves with traditional jewelry, not just for celebration, but to showcase their value in the marriage market. The prices for brides in this market typically range from $7,500 to $1,300. Factors such as appearance and virginity significantly affect a woman's perceived worth. Even specific features like eye color can increase a woman's value in this unconventional marketplace. Despite the controversy surrounding this practice, it persists due to deeply rooted cultural customs and economic pressures faced by families in the Roma community. Both families are involved in the marriage agreement, viewing it as a way to ensure the continuation of community community values. Number 8. India. From Bulgaria's controversial bride market, we turn our attention to a nation where marriage is revered as sacred. Yet in India, this reverence hides a shocking reality. How can a country known for its colorful weddings and lifelong unions also be a hotspot for bride trafficking? The answer reveals a stark contrast between cherished ideals and harsh realities. India's marriage traditions run deep, with 85% of women remaining in their first marriage for life. This statistic paints a picture of enduring commitment and cultural values. However, beneath this surface lies a darker truth. In impoverished regions, women are being trafficked and sold into marriage for as little as $35, less than the price of a basic smartphone. The scale of this problem is staggering. In 2020 alone, over 1,700 cases of marriage-related trafficking were reported. Experts believe this number represents only a fraction of the actual incidents. Nazima Begum's story brings this grim reality into focus. Kidnapped and sold into marriage for $250, her experience illustrates the human cost of this practice. Why does this problem persist? Part of the answer lies in how marriage is perceived in Indian society. Sunita Krishnan, founder of the NGO Prajwala, explains that the institution of marriage often camouflages the reality of trafficking. Marriages are seen as sacred, not as potential crimes, making it difficult to address the issue. Economic factors also play a crucial role. In Kashmir, for example, traditional marriage expenses can exceed $1,000. This financial burden makes the option of purchasing a trafficked bride more appealing to impoverished men. Abdul Rashid Hanjura, a lawyer and activist, reveals that a full-fledged business has developed around bride trafficking, with some women costing as little as $80.